It is your reasonable service. I preached 10 years in a church that never broke 100. Passionately ministering in the backwoods of West Virginia. A man that would speak to nations, spent years being faithful in a storefront. You see the TV show, but God sees your dedication. I don't care what they say. They make all kinds of accusations. You do it for the money, you do it for the fame, you do it for the power, you do it for this, you do it for that. You can say whatever you want to because you're looking at the success. But God sees me driving a 1967 Valiant with the floorboard rusted out, going to preach the gospel. And God sees me thumbing up to Montgomery because my car broke down in the middle of the road. You see the house I'm living in now, and God sees me preaching when the lights were off in my house. And I had to go to my mama's house for water, and I was still preaching the gospel. I don't care what you say. And I don't care what you think. And I don't care what you write. Because value, real value, is determined by sacrifice. And I just want to take a minute and thank him. Excuse me, but I just want to take a minute and thank him. I just need to take a minute and thank him that he honored my sacrifice. That I sacrificed when I was young so I could walk in my success when I got older. And I just want to thank you in front of everybody that you did not forget my labor of love and that you honored the days that I was nailed to a cross. I honor you. It was my cross. I was preaching faith when my phone was off. And I used to go to Miss Anna Roy's house to get the phone to make a phone call, and I was still preaching the gospel.
You can always find someone less than you. That doesn't make you a success. See, if you knew what God gave you birth to do, and you're not doing it at the level he expects you to, you are not successful. So in other words, success is the fulfillment of the purpose and the assignment for which you were created.
I was preaching the gospel when I only had one suit. And we couldn't send it to the cleaners, and Serena had washed it into the line and it come out of it, and I kept on preaching the gospel. And I just want to thank you. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I just lost it for a minute. I want to thank you. Where is your cross?
If your laptop does not perform what the company guarantees it should perform, the laptop is failing. If the iPad does not perform all the guarantees of the company that sent it to you, the iPad is failing. Most of us live on some of our functions. And because other folks next to us ain't using none of theirs, we think we're doing good. See, this is the problem with humans. We love to compete. True leaders never compete. They are focused on their assignment.
Where is your cross? Where is your faithfulness and your consistency? Go ahead and take Job's stuff. Job will do it with no house. He'll do it with no kids. He'll do it with everybody talking about it. He'll do it with boils all over his body. Until you have a cross, you have no right to demand a crown. How dare you ask for a crown? Join hands with somebody. Somewhere in their life there is a cross. It's not made out of wood, but there's something that they endure for a greater good. They see all of their friends getting stuff that they can't have and doing stuff that they can't do. And the devil's trying to talk them down off the cross. But God sent this word to tell you to hang on in there.
So success is finding your purpose, your reason for being created, and then pursuing the fulfillment of that. In other words, another way to say it is success is fulfillment and completion of purpose.
Job said, though he slay me, yet shall I trust him. You gave up what you could have had, where you could have lived, what you could have drove, because you believed in something bigger than yourself. You could have walked away from them kids, but you stayed there and raised them. And while other women were running around looking for men, you was going home helping your kids with homework, and you look stupid, but God's going to honor your sacrifice. It may not come when you want it, but hang on in there. I did it for years when it looked like it didn't work. I did it for years and years and years, and I thought he'd forgotten me, but God does not forget sacrifice. I don't know whether he remembers dancing or not, but God does not forget sacrifice. Paul said, God is not unjust to forget your labor of love, in that you have sacrificed and you've served. Squeeze that hand you're holding. He would not come down from the cross just to save himself. You think you're a Christian because you're watching me on TV, and you think you're a Christian because you're streaming on this broadcast, or you think you're a Christian because you came to church or you sing in the choir. That's not what makes you a Christian. You're a Christian because you got a cross. You're a Christian because you're a living sacrifice. You're nailed to something that makes you squirm. You're nailed to something that gives you pain, and you're nailed to something that makes you bleed, and you still praise God, and you still serve God, and you still lift your hands, and you still worship him, and you're still holding on, and you've been faithful though you've been hurting, and you've been faithful though you've been bleeding, and you've been faithful though you were scared. You faced your fears and did it anyway. That's what makes you a Christian.